Sorry, my pod track goes in and out. It reset itself. I don't know why it does that, but it reset itself. Anyway, appreciate all you guys being here. What's up, fellow fanatics? Xavier, thanks for the heads up on the audio. That happens every damn stream. We're gonna hang out and talk for a little bit. What's up, Wolverine? So appreciate you being here. What's up, NYC? Appreciate you being here. All of you guys. We're gonna talk about a few things today. One things that I do want to talk about, and I don't know if everybody's into this. It's not going to be long. I'm not going to spend a long time on it, but I want to talk about the Hasbro Plus. Marvel Legends had their first Hasbro Plus live stream yesterday and showed some of the new 2026 figures that are coming out. Pretty excited about that, so I'm going to show some of those. We're also going to talk about the drama that is going on between Comics Explained and what is his name? Blurred, or what is the name of this channel? It's Ernie. Blurred Without Fear. That's what it is. Blurred Without Fear. We're going to talk about the drama that's going on there and how that's really not a shock to me, what's being said. Chill and I kind of talked about it. Chill brought it up the last time. That wasn't the first time that Chill and I had ever talked about Comics Explained. But Chill kind of brought this drama up last week when me and him streamed together. So we're going to talk about that as well. Also going to get into Spider-Man Noir that is coming to Prime, done by Phil and Lord Miller. And we're going to talk about that. Or Lord and Miller, sorry. I'm going to talk about Lord and Miller's project with Spider-Man Noir. Talk about that. And then we're going to also talk about what My Time to Shine Hello had to say about Magneto and Doctor Doom and how that is supposed to be one of the biggest fights in film, and she says that we've seen on film, and then she also said in the MCU. So we're going to talk about that, and if there's anything else that pops up, we'll talk about that. All right. Again, appreciate you guys being here. East Bay, appreciate you being here as well. All right, let's get into everything here. Okay, so the first thing, like I said, I don't know if everybody is into or who all collects. I know that I have a few people that do. I know Gray does. I know D Stizzle does. I know that Cornelius does, but it's Hot Toys that Cornelius does. So I know a few people in the chat do collect figures and things like that. I collect Marvel Legends, very, very, very much into Marvel Legends, and they had their Hasbro Plus live stream yesterday where they showed their first few for the new year. We already had some that are coming out this year, but they showed their first few for the new year. So we got a look at the new Falcon. I wanted him to be in his comic accurate green personally, the green outfit. But this one, the Secret Wars outfit, is fine as well. This is their Secret Wars wave that they are currently doing. This one's fine as well. I have a Falcon, but I am going to pick this one up because it is a little bit different. The wings are different. You have two sets of wings, and it comes with red wing as well. No interchangeable faces or anything like that. It's not that kind of wave. But you got Falcon there that we are going to be getting. I'll be getting that. And then they've gotten a new Constrictor out. They are rebuilding out the Serpent Society. So if you do collect and you have some members of the Serpent Society, they're either going to update some of them and they're going to fill it out a little bit more by giving some of the new or giving some other members that are not currently figures right now. So like figures like Sidewinder, and actually have them look like they do in the comic. So this was pretty cool too with the new Constrictor. I'll probably be picking this one up as well. This one was disappointing. Absorbing Man. This one was done in 2016 as a Build-A-Figure wave, but that was during the time, they still do Build-A-Figure waves, but you had to get all those figures to collect all the pieces to build Absorbing Man. And at least in those in that wave in 2016, he came with different arms that looked like he was absorbing, and then it looked like he was also absorbing the bulldozer ball there. But it's in this, he's not absorbed. There's no absorbing effect. There's no nothing. He just looks like a regular wrestling WWE figure. I'm going to still get it, but I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it at all. There should be absorbing pieces. There should be like different arms or pieces where he's absorbing something. I don't know. They use the Hercules. If you have Hercules, they use that that molded body here. But it's a new absorbing man. I was not what I was expecting. Just like we talk about with Marvel, with like Marvel films and TV shows and stuff like that that have leaks. Marvel Legends have leaks and things as well for figures. So a lot of these figures were already on the leak list. We knew that these were some of the figures that they were going to show. When I saw Absorbing Man, I got excited, but this is just not what I was expecting. Now, Magic is not one that I was expecting to see yesterday during the live stream, but very happy that they are doing it. They are doing a lot of the New Mutants. So they also told us to stay updated on some of the other new mutants that they're going to be giving us and things like that. But I'm excited with this Magic. I like it. Some people were saying that it's blah, but it's fine for me, because for me, all the X-Men figures that I have them in their X-Men uniforms. That's for the diorama that I'm putting together. That's how I want them. So this Magic on this smaller body with the New Mutants uniform on, I'm all for. So we need a new Cannonball. They need to fill out that entire team, but they said they were going to start filling out that team. So she looks great. I'll be picking her up as well. Now Hasbro, they do a Spider-Man or Iron Man in every single wave. This is not our first Secret Wars wave. This is our second Secret Wars wave that they have given us. This they could have kept, personally. And if you were going to do this, I would have preferred it be all black and have the symbiote pieces coming off, or have the symbiote coming off of him like it is here, but all over the whole body. Not because this is just like he's just, the symbiote's taking over like it did in Secret Wars when he first got the suit and everything like that. But this is, you could have kept it. I'm not really, this one I will not be getting. And I have so many Spider-Man as it is. I picked up the Maximum Spider-Man. It's something new that they're doing. They have done 3 Maximum series figures so far: Hulk, Spider-Man, and Deadpool. We got a 4th Maximum figure in this, and that's probably one of the ones I'm most excited about. I'll show that when we get to it. But this one, I'm good. They could have kept this. They could have kept this one here. This one was a fan favorite and one that I will definitely be picking up. It is Daredevil, and it is a very good looking Daredevil. New body mold, butterfly, pinless. He's great. I'll definitely be picking this one up for sure. So he comes with the effect as if he, sensing what's going on around him. The 2 batons that you can put together or put one in each hand. So yeah, he looks great. I'll definitely be picking this one up. And I don't have a Daredevil, because Daredevil, the ones that they've made in the past, the only good one that I like comes in a 2-pack, and it comes with Hydro Man. But that to get that is so expensive, and it's like I don't want to get that 2-pack even though I do want that Hydro Man, because it's a translucent one. That one's better than the one I have. But nah. So I'll be getting this Daredevil though. This was a surprise, and this was a cool one. So they didn't show any Marvel MCU figures yesterday. I don't collect MCU figures. If it's not comic accurate, I don't fuck with it. So this was a surprise yesterday. We are getting a comic accurate Muse and a alternative look here at Bullseye. I'll be getting this one as well. This Muse looks great. This Bullseye looks great. I currently do not have a Bullseye. I know they're going to probably give us a updated Bullseye for the Dark Avengers team, because they're giving us new members of that team, filling that team out as well. So they'll probably give us one, but I do want this Bullseye as well. It's more so for Muse. Sometimes I hate when they do 2-packs. I would have just picked up the Muse alone, but I like that Bullseye as well. So I'm picking them up too. They are doing a Avengers 90s wave here. This is the Avengers Crossing comic book line. It's where Kang was like impersonated, where the Iron Man that they knew was Kang the entire time, and they had to go get that younger Kang or younger Iron Man to come and help them defeat that Kang and all this kind of stuff. So it was Immortus that was controlling him. But this is what they're doing, and this is Quicksilver and Black Widow in a 2-pack here that we're getting from that line. And I think we're supposed to be, from the leak that said, we're supposed to also be getting Vision and Wanda. So pretty excited about that. I want that Wanda. So this one was okay. I like this Black Widow a lot. I like the screaming face on the Quicksilver. Don't necessarily have to have it, But if they are going to do that entire 90s team with those alternate costumes, then I'll probably get it just to build out that team, to have them with those alternate looks. But that one was okay as well. Onslaught. This is literally just the Build-A-Figure re-released. I won't be getting this one. I don't care. I'm not the biggest Onslaught fan anyway, so I won't be getting this one. But this was one that was on the leak list and it got shown as well. Archangel. This is from X-Men 97. I don't. So Dan up there, the two guys that show these, that's Dan. That's in the picture. Dwight is to the left of him. You can't see him. Dwight kind of told everybody yesterday, hey, if you've already got an Archangel and then this is not for you. This is for people that don't already have an Archangel, blah, 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 blah. I still am frustrated with this because we already have this. We have this already. This is just the X-Men 97 version that we saw for like 5 seconds when Morph turned into him when they were fighting whoever they were fighting. I don't even remember. But we don't, this was kind of like, why? If you were going to do him, I would have preferred him with the halo and with the longer hair, with the long blonde hair or brownish blonde hair. But I don't, this one I won't be getting. And I already have an Archangel. They literally just put out the Archangel from X-Force. So why, I get it. This is a different look, not X-Force, but I was disappointed with this one too. I was disappointed. Now, New York Toy Fair is in a few days. Is this weekend actually? So they're supposed to be giving us a few more reveals at that. And we have way more coming out this year. But for the first half, they're giving us a few more at New York Toy Fair. So hopefully, some of the ones that were on the list, that leak list that didn't get shown yesterday, get shown this weekend. This is the last one. This was my favorite one out of all of them. This is the Maximum toy line that they're doing right now, and this is the Thor that they are putting out. This Thor is phenomenal, man. This is a great Thor. I saw some people saying that they really didn't like it. They don't like the chin on the face, or they don't like the fact that it's not classic Thor, that he's not in the classic Thor costume. I like this, and not only do I like this, this is the first time we are getting a wired cape on a Marvel Legends figure. So they upped the ante, gave a wired cape. I'm in love with the wired cape. I'm in love with this figure, with the helmet, without the helmet. They didn't give a spinning. I saw people complaining about that too, saying that, well, they didn't give us a spinning hammer. Well, if you have a Thor with the spinning hammer, which I'd figure a lot of us do have that Thor that collect, just take the spinning hammer from that Thor and give it to this Thor if that's what you want to do. I don't mind the fact that the hammer, they gave us two hammers. One is this one that does not come off of the hand. It's the after that he's done spinning it and he lets it go and looks like he's flying. That's the effect it's supposed to be giving. And then the other hammer is just one that you can put in his hand and, put stuff around it and blah, blah, blah. And it does come with Throg. As you can see, it does come with Throg, different hand pieces, lightning effects. This is their Maximum toy line. This is their fourth figure from their Maximum toy line. And I'll definitely be getting this one. This one is beautiful. So, yeah. So as you guys know, if you've heard me talk about this before, you've heard me say I want to start talking about Marvel Legends figures. So I'm going to start doing that. And that's what they've given us so far. So if they do something at New York Toy Con this weekend, I'll talk about those as well the next time I go live. But love Marvel Legends. So those are the ones I'm going to be getting coming up real soon. Appreciate you guys coming to my very nerdy kid talk. Appreciate it. All right. Now, next thing we're going to get into is the drama. Let's shift into the drama that is going on with Comics Explained and Blurred Without Fear, and that is Ernie. So I caught wind of this not until Chill. Well, I saw it on Twitter, but Chill was the one that brought it up when we talked about it last on the stream that he and I did together. It was on the Morning Report stream that we did together. And during that, I didn't say anything. I let Chill talk, and he was like, well, looks like, Comics Explained he does talk about black superheroes. He talked about Blue Marvel, which is true. And if you look up, and I said that I agree, in agreement with Chill when he said it, and I still agree. If you look up Blue Marvel, Comics Explained is going to pop up. A lot of people found out, if you didn't already know who Blue Marvel was, found out who Blue Marvel was through Comics Explained in his YouTube videos and the things that he's done and blah, 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 blah. However, now when Chill was talking about it, I was just I sat there, I let Chill talk, and he was like, he does talk about Black heroes. He covers a lot of, he's covered T'Challa. He's covered Monica Rambeau. He has covered Blue Marvel. He has covered, what are some other Black heroes within the MCU that he's covered? War Machine. He's covered Blade. He's covered I want to say almost all of the Black heroes within the within Marvel. He's the biggest comics YouTube channel on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. However, when Chill was talking about it, as you notice, I didn't say anything because Chill and I have had this conversation about Comics Explained before. When he brought up Comics Explained before, I said what I always say, and that's one of my favorite quotes. Chill was talking about, I think it was something in regards to recast. And he was saying, you know, Comics Explained jumping on why doesn't he ever say anything about it? Why has he never jumped on and said anything about and advocated why T'Challa's important and blah, 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 blah. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but it's something along the lines of just keeping it short and sweet. He's not that guy. He doesn't have that hat to wear. Comics Explained is not going to pick the A side. If he does pick a side, it's not going to be the Black side. T'Challa, sit down. If he does pick a side, it's not going to be the Black side and things like that, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And then I said what I always say, when someone shows you, because Chill was scrolling on Twitter and he pulled up a tweet. God, I wish I could remember exactly what it was. Pulled up a tweet. And it was something that Comics Explained had said in relation to recast or something like that, blah, blah. He said, oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Anyway, I said, when someone shows you who they are the first time, because I peeped wind of Comics Explained Rob a long time ago. That doesn't mean I dislike Rob. I know who I'm dealing with. When someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. And that's going to be my quote for everything when it comes to, especially when it comes to people. When someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. I don't need you to burn me 3, 4, 5 times for me to realize, hey, that oven, that stove is hot. I don't have to do that. Once I touch it once and get burned, I'm not going to be a repeat offender. I'm not going to keep returning and returning and returning. So when I peeped wind a long time ago who Rob was, I already knew who Rob was. So do I think Rob is anti-Black? Yes. Does Rob cover Black heroes within Marvel Comics? Yes, but he is Comics Explained. That's why he covers those heroes. He doesn't do it because he has some affinity and just loves Black culture or things like that. He's doing it because he is simply Comics Explained. That's the name of his channel. That's what he does. He's going to explain comics, whether it's a Black comic, an alien comic, a white comic, a DC comic, a Marvel comic. He's going to do it because that's the name of his channel. So just because he has covered that's the equivalent of currently what's going on in the real world of people the Trump administration sharing those images of the Obamas depicting them as apes, and people saying, well, Trump has Black voters, he has Black friends. Look at Nicki Minaj, look at Ben Carson, look at all these people, blah 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 blah. By you saying Comics Explained covers Black comics, that's the equivalent of that. Just because he covers Black comics doesn't mean he's pro-Black. Doesn't mean that he has the same care for T'Challa that we have for T'Challa, or the same care for Blue Marvel that we have for Blue Marvel, or any other Black characters. He is Comics Explained, so that's what he does. He explains comics, and it stops there. From my understanding, I'm gonna let Ernie explain the rest. Because there's a beef going on between him and Ernie. Now, I do have it pulled up here, but I already have Ernie on the screen, so I'm just going to read here what the tweet that started all of this, which he's going to get into. The tweet that started all this was from Cosmo. Which I don't know how this user already doesn't have so many more followers, because this user has been on so many different streams. Anyway, Cosmo, and he said, Comics Explained might just be a coon. How are you the biggest comic book YouTuber and a Black man and not have a series over the most impactful Black-owned comic company of all time? Now, I agree with Ernie, and I don't think I said this when Chill was talking about it, because I was just letting Chill talk, like I said. I don't hold it against Rob that he doesn't know Milestone Comics. That's if he doesn't like Milestone Comics, that's on him. He says he doesn't resonate with Milestone Comics. Hey, that is on him. If he doesn't care about some of those heroes, that's on him. That's fine. That's his business. I can't hold what he likes and dislikes against him. But that was the tweet that started this all, calling Rob a coon, to where Rob did explain, and they were going back and forth for a second there. And then Ernie had jumped in, and this is where Ernie is going to explain to you what went down.
Basically, to start the whole thing off, on February 5th, I said, hey, caught a glimpse on Twitter, all the shit going on over there. You good? ? And once again, he messaged me like a few hours later saying, always, LOL. Now, this is before I found out that on Twitter, he follows very well-known white supremacist Gary, is it Belcher? I don't know, maybe he was a Bob Burgers character, I don't know. But otherwise, Gary, aka Nerdrotic, and Will Jordan, aka Critical Drinker, two people who are at the forefront of many of the racist and, just outright bigoted across the board, not even just racist, but like homophobic, transphobic, really just about any kind of phobic you could add to it that would be just completely ridiculous for a person to feel about another human being. And yeah, he follows them. And when I saw that, that was kind of my canary in the coal mine, which, to be fair, there should have been others. Rob's done plenty of dumb, problematic shit before this. But yes, that was my canary in the coal mine. And I want to make something clear. This wasn't something that like, oh, he had just started following them. He said that he started following them 6 months ago in that video I kind of alluded to earlier. But either way, he doesn't follow very many people. He follows like 215 people. And while the list I looked at didn't show all 215, Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic were damn near at the bottom of his follow list, which for those who don't know, if you're on Twitter, you look at someone's follow list, whoever's at the bottom are the people that person has been following the longest. Let's get that out of the way. But then he comes back later after I saw this evidence and then said, yes, okay, maybe you guys were right. He is I actually said that on Threads. And then apparently, I guess he saw it, which, I mean, honestly, I wasn't trying to hide it from him. The reason why I didn't reach out to him immediately when I saw that shit is because I knew how long it would take him to respond. Because typically when I reach out to Rob, I think this was in 2024, I hit him up. It took him a few days to respond. So if I literally would have sat there, there's a high probability that it could have been a while. I remember one time I said, hey, there's something you wanted to talk to me about. And he was like, yeah, I'll hit you up in a day or so. And the next time that I heard from him was when I reached out to him over a year later.
All right, everybody, it's time not just to go back to school, but to come back and move forward.
So I just want to point this out, that Rob doesn't talk to me the way that he might try and make it seem like he talks to me. I'm not in his inner circle. I'm not like some of his other content creator peers where he's buddy with like Sal and Comic Drake, so on and so forth. I barely know the guy. Outside of the conversations you all have seen us have on social media or like in a video or live stream or something like that. But then we go on to say, Rob sees the video, he messaged me on Discord, and I kind of give him about roughly the same treatment he gives me. I didn't immediately respond. I actually saw that he had messaged me and was like, okay, and moved on with my day. I went to a hip hop show, hung out with my kid, and I even was honest and said the thing that he even admitted later, that he doesn't know shit about Miles.
I would not purport to be an expert on Milestone Comics, right? I mean, I could lie and say that I am, but anyone who's knowledgeable about Milestone could press me for 5 minutes and figure out that I'm full of shit, right? And making the statement that I'm knowledgeable about Milestone.
And then he messages me I think almost a couple of hours later, basically saying that, well, I guess your thread video and your comments agreeing that I'm a and it's kind of funny because once again, he's mischaracterizing the situation. In that video, I never said he was a so that lets me know he didn't actually watch that video. I actually was very defensive of Rob. And here, I'll show you what I said. Okay, so I saw people cooking my man shit on the artist forum.
We're going to fast forward to that because he's just defending Rob. He's just saying there how, Rob's not a coon, this is that, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, here it is.
Fuck the video shit. You cover what you want. I stand by that. But you can't give me a reason that would make sense to me why you fuck with people like them. They are OD racist, insidiously anti-black, two of the most homophobic and transphobic men in our.
Now he's talking again about Nerdrotic and those guys. And Rob was saying how he follows them because his dad told him, in order for you to understand the other side, you need to get as close to the other side and understand their side as you can, blah, blah, blah. So that's why he follows them, so he can study them, so he can understand their side, and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, when he said that, I was thinking to myself, what the fuck are you talking about, brother? What the? Because that makes zero sense. And like Lauren said in the comments, yes, he does live in Colorado, which is very, very white, very, very white. Been there for a basketball tournament, had to stay there for a week. It was a disaster, but very, very white. And I just think to myself, what are you talking about, bro? Because you have to get close to the other side to understand there. So what? No, so it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, Ernie goes on to talk about it some more.
Our circle. Others seeing you follow them pretty much endorses their bullshit. I hate to see it. And it made me seriously question some things you've said and done in the past now. Try to make me understand. I'm willing to listen. Maybe I got it wrong. I'm willing to give grace, but I can't promise I'll like the answer. Now, Rob responds a little bit more immediately than what he would normally do. And I'm going to tell you why, and it's because of two reasons. One, he was angry at me. And two, I'm willing to gamble he was hurt. He had hurt feelings. I can promise you that, because the way he was responding to me basically just kind of gave the game away. It almost kind of reminded me of times when, like, you have like a breakup, like you got somebody you're dating and then like, y'all break up and like, while y'all might talk all the time, but like people are really like quick to fire back responses, and like some of those responses feel.
D Stizzle, you just got here. You missed the Marvel Legends. You missed it. We were talking about that. Did you see the Hasbro live?
Feel kind of petty and whatnot. That's what it kind of felt like to me. Yeah, and which is wild considering I don't think we were really all that close. I think I was actually one of the few black people that Rob interacted with other than his wife. He claims he has other black friends, but I find that doubtful, just based on some things he said and done. But then he sends me this video. And once again, this is like a almost 9.5 minute video. He just dropped the video. Like he said, hey, watch this. And we watch this video. And this is going to answer all your questions. And while technically he was correct, it answered all my questions. I don't think I gave him the response he was hoping for, because my immediate response to this video was, I said I was right. I wasn't going to like the answer. I was like, I don't follow either of them or anyone like them, and yet I'm always aware of the racist, hateful shit they say. I have plenty of ways to suss that shit out without giving the appearance of endorsing them. How would you feel if you knew I followed Charlie Kirk or Candace Owens or Donald Trump or David Duke? Would that shit sit right with you? And Rob's response, honestly, I kind of saw it coming a mile away. And it was basically what let me know, yeah, we were done. We were done. Like, whatever it is that anyone thought we were.
The way Ernie is narrating this. That shit is funny.
That shit wasn't happening no more. And he basically said, it wouldn't matter to me because it has no effect on me or my life, but you do you, home slice. So when I saw that, honestly, I was going to leave it right there. But then like about a little over 30 minutes later, he comes back and says, oh, and one last thing, as far as giving the appearance of endorsing them, you just found out I followed them today or yesterday. I've been following them for over 6 months. If I was endorsing them, you would have found out a long time ago. And he posts a screenshot of part of the thread, like the thread that I had put out, which is kind of funny because he posted it about roughly around the same time that I was typing the message that I'm showing you guys now. I actually sent it immediately after. He didn't respond, which honestly, I don't care. Yeah, it is what it is. But my response, I thought, even in that, was gracious, because I saw the fuck off after, because literally right as I was hitting enter, he had sent that. He sent the now fuck off part. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I was like, you know what? Let the chips fall where they may. I was like, he and I, we are officially enemies now at this point. That's what that is. But basically, I just said to leave it where it was sure, whatever. Anyway, hope you get your shit together, dude. I used to have a lot of respect for you. Like, seriously. Fuck views, fuck subs, fuck internet fame, fuck rubbing elbows, fuck all of that. This all lives matter, MGTOW, Nazis might be right bullshit you're on is next level weird. Please seek help. The bullet point of that video he sent me was basically to say that he follows Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic because he gave some screed about his dad telling him, oh, you got to know what both sides are saying. You got to know what both sides are saying. Okay, I'm sure your dad actually told you that bullshit, but here's the thing I don't think he told you. I don't think he told you to actually follow them, to actually have their shit show up on your social media feed. I'm almost positive that might not have been the exact sentiment.
Getting into the whole conversation, right, about one of the, people started to figure out that I follow Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic on Twitter. Yeah. I mean, if somebody tweeted out and asked that question, do you follow Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker? I would have been like, yep. Now, why do I follow them? Because when I was younger, my dad gave me a really good piece of advice, which was this. He said, if you're going to stand for something, then you need to know what the other side believes, and you need to know what the other side stands for, and you need to listen to what the other side has to say, not because you respect them, not because you like them, but because you are not right 100% of the time, and they are not wrong 100% of the time. And how could you possibly know whether or not you're right if you reject any opinion other than your own? At that point, you're just confirming your own views over and over and over again, right? And so that's why I follow them. I don't like or respect Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic, and I have no problem admitting that publicly. If I happen to bump into them at a Comic-Con, and they're like, oh my God, your comments explain, we're huge fans, do you want to get a beer? I would just be like, no. And then I would leave, right? But I do listen to them because it's entirely possible that they have an opinion out there somewhere that actually changes and it gives me reason to rethink my own viewpoints. That maybe I'm not actually as right as I've been telling myself I am this entire time.
This is a sick Negro.
Real talk. If you need a white supremacist, if you need to follow a white supremacist, two of them, bear in mind, two completely different white supremacists, in order to make sure that you're on the right side of things, or you're hoping that they can give you some information that's gonna maybe change your worldview on something. Look, if you ever find yourself in agreement with a white supremacist, you need to revisit some shit. Yeah. Please seek help. I don't need white supremacists to let me know that I'm on the right side of things, okay? Maybe if you're morally compromised or morally bankrupt, and honestly, I think Rob is. I also think he's got some anti-blackness in him. Because he leaps at opportunities to shit on other black people, which is kind of funny because I've seen him actually talk about how the people who are the most racist to me are other black people. Other people of color, they're the most racist to me.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
But literally, I saw him doing this. Someone actually told me about how he used to talk shit about Angel Reese for no other reason than the fact that she was a black woman. Honestly, that right there in and of itself is a whole other host of problems. But to get us back on task, the reason why I took umbrage with him following white supremacists outside of the obvious is that it's here's the thing. I don't really follow anything that I don't want to see. I can keep up with what Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and Heels versus Babyface and Young Rippa and Melanie Mack and Geeks and Gamers and all of these other people who kind of traffic in white supremacy and just very bigoted and misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic views. People who are literally they brush their teeth with anti-blackness. I don't have to follow them to know what they say. I know what they say. I have ways of finding out what they say. I don't need a play-by-play, blow-by-blow of what they do. And honestly, that's what you get if you follow somebody. Now, once again, he only follows 215 people. And just based on how my social media algorithm works, I follow over 1,000 people on Threads, like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker. I didn't watch their videos, not on their channels or anything. I didn't follow quiet. He didn't have anything to say. Just was what it was. And also, I that very same line of thinking when he tried to defend himself for all of like 30 or 40 seconds in a 9.5-minute video. But then the other thing that came up, and this was one of the things like, this is kind of where I was defending him actually, and he just didn't realize it. I don't care if he doesn't talk about Milestone Media on his channel. I knew before y'all knew that he didn't like Milestone Media. And it's kind of funny because it actually came up in a live stream. Like he basically, like, Carter and I were talking about Milestone, and he was just really quiet. He didn't have anything to say. Just was what it was. And also, I want to point out too, Rob, I think he doesn't like being black. Like, even the little bit that he is. I mean, think about it. Look at his profile pic on like Twitter and on YouTube. It's literally a white man. It's not him. He is at least a dozen shades darker than his profile pic in real life, but yet he has the picture of a white man on his YouTube channel.
This is a sick Negro.
That's crazy. That's a whole new next level of wild shit. And then to top it all off, just everything else, his like him dumbing down Milestone Media to FUBU.
Milestone Comics is effectively FUBU within comic books, right? It is black superheroes created by black faces.
That's the only black-owned brand that Rob actually knows about. Let's just go and keep that a buck. But he dumbs it down to FUBU and then says, it doesn't resonate with me.
There are some stories that just don't resonate with me. And Milestone's one of them. It just didn't resonate with me on a personal level.
I'll give him credit. He did say earlier in that, I think that was like an 8-something minute video. He did say earlier in that video, he was kind of dancing around a lot of shit. But like in that video, he did say that he thought Milestone was important and that it was something that needed to exist. But it was also within the same breath, he was like, yeah, but I don't give a fuck about that shit. Once again, this is a video to fault him for not liking Milestone. He's
okay. Anyway, that's the gist. So yeah, they just go back and forth. But anyway, like I said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Yes, Ernie was definitely cooking in this video because he and had receipts had the receipts to back it up as well. Neri said this was Neri said this was a dragging and needed to see in Black History Month. I needed to see in Black History Month. That's funny. Yep. Believe them. Exactly. Man, this is funny. It's funny, but I have a super here from I Am Too Fly Cam.
Can I get some Skittles, some dips, Reese's Pieces, pretzels, and a large popcorn.
A large? You got money. He got money. Get it all for him.
All right, a super here from I Am Too Fly Cam that said Nerdrotic is a MAGA racist loser. Been so for a minute. Oh yeah. That's why I said the same thing. Like when I agree with Ernie when he said you got to go hang out with Nerdrotic in them, or not really necessarily hang out with them, but you have to follow them to get to see their point of view, to see their side of things, knowing that all you need to know is that they are racist, they're misogynistic, they're all the phobias, they are all those. And I mean, just their conversation, like Lauren said earlier in the chat, go to one of their live streams and just sit a minute. You'll find out how misogynistic they are, how homophobic they are, how racist they are. I mean, how they are literally they're out there agreeing with this Trump administration and things that they're doing. So it's just like they're not morally, I don't agree with them on anything. But that during Ironheart, I remember they had I think it was a viral clip. I remember seeing it on Instagram. I didn't even see it on Twitter. I saw it on Instagram that went around of them talking about Ironheart, saying the shit they were saying about Ironheart, like, Black Girl Magic and how the show is this and the show is that, and saying Black Girl Magic in obviously a facetious way and trying to be funny on their live stream. And they were saying a bunch of other stuff about it. But even going back to Moses Ingram and some of the things during the Obi-Wan time, I remember specifically what Nerdrotic was saying and what Ryan Cornell, or whatever the fuck his last name is, all of them. So yeah, they are all very, very, very racist. So I don't know why you would have to hang out with them or follow them to know that. So yeah, that's the drama though. That is the drama going on with them. But I feel like, again, if you've been paying attention, you know who Rob is. Rob was never going to be the guy standing in front advocating for black heroes or anything like that. That's why, again, when I got asked a long time ago, why, should we poach Rob to join or say something on a recast T'Challa Day? And I always said, sure, do what you want. He's not going to. He's not even going to reply to that. If he took a year to reply to Ernie, he doesn't give a damn about a recast T'Challa. He doesn't care about that. That's not his. It's not his lane. That's not something he is going to sit there and tweet about or join in a mass tweet day about or anything like that. He's not doing that. So I found that out about Rob a long time ago. So he's going to do what Rob does, and if you want to put him in the category of a coon, do that too. But he is definitely like Ernie said, he's not pro. He ain't pro black at all. So, and I wonder what his wife's like. I wonder what his wife is like. I wonder, I often wonder, when I see black folks. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that, but I wonder what his wife is like. All right. So that is that with the stuff going on with Comics Explained and Blurred Without Fear, Ernie over there. We will now shift over to Spider-Man Noir. That is supposed to be getting a trailer tomorrow. It's supposed to be getting a teaser trailer tomorrow. I don't know why they didn't give the teaser trailer today. They dropped the poster and all kinds of other new stuff today. Just to me, would have made sense. Go ahead, drop the teaser trailer today. But they are... before they dropped the new posters and things today, they were talking about yesterday some of the plot details that we are supposed to that there's now been revealed to us that are going to be happening in the show. Some of the villains that are going to be showing up in the show, some of the other characters are going to be showing up in the show and things like that. And how this is not going to be like Peter Parker, how he is not, he's going to be very, very, very different from what we've seen in Spider-Man on screen or in any other form before, as far as animated or whatever in a show. So this is what they were saying here. This part here. While this likely has something to do with Sony's deal with Marvel Studios to share the web slinger, co-showrunner, not butchering that name, tells the site Peter Parker feels very synonymous with a high school kid, very boyish. On his way up, Ben Reilly has already gone through this, through the entire arc and has seen it all. He's over it and trying to move past it. But his past kind of keeps coming back to haunt him. It's just a different version that we haven't seen before. And then he goes on to say executive producers Phil Lord and Christopher Miller also addressed the change, with the latter saying the character is very different from Peter Parker from the movies. He's older and jaded and not afraid to punch a guy in the face drunkenly. Lord also noted he already had his Chinatown delusionment moment that happened years and years ago. He said, I have to be coy about the reasons because you'll find out. He continued before Miller added, the reason he's named Ben Reilly is explained. We'll leave it at that. So they also talked about how Sandman is going to be one of the villains in it. I think they say that here. So that's going to remain a mystery for now, but we do have a few other big reveals to keep us going. For starters, Brendan Gleeson is playing the mobster known as Silverman, who is in the series, has been the target of multiple assassination attempts. According to the site, Riley investigates the mobster and learns that the arsonist suspected of setting the fire to Silverman's mansion can create fire in his hand. Spider-Man Noir takes on Molten Man, perhaps. So they don't know who that is, but perhaps Molten Man. I don't think that's come out, maybe in some leaks or something, but I also have not been following these leaks because I didn't really care, because we haven't seen anything since remember those pictures and videos that came out from behind the scenes where he was on top of that car and shooting at some mobsters were shooting at him and all that kind of stuff. Those videos, I haven't seen anything since then. Really haven't paid attention since then. But with yesterday's news and seeing Sandman, because I really do like Sandman, I wanted to see how they were going to do Sandman in this show. So I was already going to watch regardless, but this piqued my interest a little bit more. It was on to say it's then that he runs into Flint Marko, aka Sandman. Do that. All right. AKA Sandman. He'll be played by Boardwalk Empire star Jack Hudson. In all the great detective series, you have two cases that sort of come together, and you realize you're actually working the same thing. He's a guy getting dragged into a much larger fight that he doesn't really want to be a part of. Silverman is the big bad, but what's happening to Silverman connects back to Ben's past and gets him spiraling deeper and deeper into his own origins. And they go on there. But like I said, they say that, this is the one too for about Black Cat. And then they go on to say, finally, we have Lin Jun Lee, if I'm saying her name correctly, who's playing Cat Hardy, nightclub, she's going to be luring Riley into the underworld conspiracy at the heart of the series. She is indeed a new take on the Black Cat, aka Felicia Hardy. So she's playing a version of the Black Cat in this as well. So I think we're supposed to be seeing other characters. What's his name? Let me switch this over to Twitter really quick, because I have that here. What's his name? Is it Robbie? The black dude that is up in the Daily Bugle. I think it's Robbie. He's in the show as well. Where was it? There it is. Yeah. Okay. So this is who's playing Black Cat here. The new take on Felicia. And yeah, we've also got who is going to be playing. So, yeah, Robbie Robertson. There. I forget his name. So yeah. And then they gave us something else too. Let me see where that description was. All right, here we go. The story of Spider-Man Noir focuses on a gangland boss known as Silverman, played by Brendan Gleeson, who has been the subject of repeated assassination attempts. Maybe that's just one of the hazards of his business, or maybe there's a broader scheme at play. Riley starts to believe something's amiss when an arsonist suspected of setting ablaze to Silverman's mansion reveals he can spark fire from his hands. Then Riley runs afoul of hired muscled named Flint Marko, Sandman, who invites him to go pond sand, aka engage in fistcuffs. So yeah, that's what we've got right there. So that's just playing Sandman, and the show comes out. When does the show come out? Is it? No, I think it's to be announced. I don't think they have a date for this show yet, do they? It would be at the bottom of the article. No, I don't think they have a date for the show yet. No. Anybody know if there's a date? Let me see. It is releasing, not official date, but spring 2026. That's when it's releasing. So no official date, but spring. He's not trying to do that. Spring 2026. So you guys let me know. Are you going to be checking out Spider-Man Noir, or is that one you're going to pass? This is actually one I'm going to be watching. This is not done by Marvel Studios. This is being done by Sony. Obviously, they own Spider-Man, so they are going to be doing this, and this is done by directors that we like. Now, we have been burned by directors that we like in the past. Just because we like a project that we've done somewhere else doesn't mean that we'll like a project that they're doing now. But I trust Lord and Miller. They've done a good job with Spider-Man thus far in Miles Morales, so I'll be watching. This seems like it's going to be pretty good, so I'll be checking this one out. All right, let's see. D-Sizzle said he's going to be checking it out. Lauren said, I will watch the black and white one. Yeah. So are they doing two different versions, of one in color and one in black and white, or does the show progressively turn into color or something like that? But I I would prefer they just do it in black and white. I thought his universe was black and white. Let's see. Lauren said, I hope Michael Estate blocked the sexy red beat. Oh, I saw that. I was going to retweet and say she even allowed to use that. But yeah. All right. And let's see. The last thing on the list here to move to is just going to be what is going on with the X-Men and Avengers Doomsday. So there's been some stuff that's come out before. Most recently, that's come out with the incursions involving Doomsday has been the talk that was around Tobey Maguire and fighting Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and the X-Men destroying Tobey Maguire's universe and the incursion destroying Tobey Maguire's universe, and somehow I forget how they said Tobey Maguire would survive. Now, Alex over at the Cosmic Circus, who is very reliable, did say no, that's not true. However, there are some other pieces to what has come out that just might be true. Maybe Alex is saying that it's not true just so that it's not given away, or maybe there's some type. I don't know, but Alex said that wasn't true. A lot of other scoopers said that it might be true. Like My Time to Shine Hello kind of agreed with when it was put out, and I think Daniel RPK also agreed with it, but Alex was the one that said no. However, there was also something else that came out that said that the X-Men might have been playing the Game of Worlds, where they were going around and killing different universes in order for their world, or killing different worlds in order for their world to survive. Blah, blah, blah. So this article here is from comicbookmovie.com, and it is just kind of going over what is being said here about all of that. So let's see. Let me jump down. All right, according to Insider My Time to Shine Hello, Sir Ian McKellen's Magneto will clash with Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom and describes it as the most epic fight in the film and maybe ever in the MCU. Could it be that the Lord of the Rings icon was referring to? Could this be what the Lord of the Rings icon was referring to when he recently said that the master of magnetism destroys New Jersey? We'll see. Now, has anybody seen that? Has everybody seen that? Did they put that in here? I didn't think they did. I'll go ahead and pull that up too, so you guys can see if you haven't seen it. Do they flag you for that though? I know Jimmy Kimmel doesn't he? Doesn't their YouTube page? That was Tina. Jimmy Kimmel flags you for playing his videos. I don't know if Jimmy Fallon does. Let me see. Oh, it wasn't even Jimmy Fallon. It was Stephen Colbert. Let's see.
No matter how far we are apart, Harry and David share more.
Was it that late into it? No, it wasn't that late into it.
No guarantees. Right. I don't think I'm the right person. The 60th anniversary impression of coming to New York. And
JFK. I'm a statue to George M. Cohen, one of the third to each day.
They don't already have this cut.
And the lights go down, and into these four chairs come.
Let's see. Oops. That's real annoying. I really didn't want it. There's a part where he stands up. Why is he not standing up?
But in the middle, there's a statue to George M.
It's not that far back. I don't know.
Lord of the Rings.
I don't know when it is. So the last thing I'll try is this. Because that just really irritated the hell out of me. I should have been on the. Bear with me. Okay, here it is. The cut version of it. This is irritating. Sorry, bear with me one moment. There it is. Boom. Boom.
Trying to be magnetic. And the director of the loudspeaker says, Ian, look more furious. He said, shout something. I said, what do I shout? He said, shout the worst thing you could possibly think of. So I said, Mar-a-Lago. So I'm standing up, pretending to.
So that's the deal there. They think that this could be where that fight is taking place within New Jersey, or it could also be an incursion deal there where something's happening there. But a lot of people are thinking that the fight or whatever's happening is during that whole thing where he's talking about with New Jersey. Anyway, they go on to say the Scooper has also shared a familiar rumor about what we can expect from the X-Men status quo when we're reunited with them. They write, the X-Men and the Avengers Doomsday have survived countless incursions, each one nearly wiping out their universe. They are exhausted, broken, and have sacrificed everything. Every incursion forces them to send their members to another Earth to battle its defenders and erase that universe from existence before it destroys theirs. Now, on this bottom part here, where it says every incursion forces them to send their members to another Earth to battle its defenders and erase the universe from existence before it destroys theirs. Recently, in another interview, I think put out by Variety, I don't know where Halle Berry was. It was, I think, promoting the film that she's doing with Ruffalo and Hemsworth, the crime film. But she said she's not playing coy. She's not being funny. She's really, you won't see Storm. She's not in. Now, she could be serious. She could be right. It could. I hope that she's, I hope not. I hope they're all there. I would like to see Storm. But with that bottom part there, with them sending their members to another Earth to battle its defenders and erase that universe, maybe not everybody makes it back. I mean, even though that the X-Men won and their universe is still thriving, as it says at the top part there, they're exhausted, broken, and have sacrificed everything. It also says they survived countless incursions, each one nearly wiping out their universe. So it's not like they're going into these fights with other universes and coming out, dominating them. They are losing people. They are broken. They're tired. They're hurt and everything. So maybe Storm died. If Hallie's really not in it, maybe Storm is one of the ones that went on, one of the defenders that they sent to another Earth to battle. And maybe she was one that didn't come back. While others did come back. Maybe she's dead. So I don't know. That could be a thing too. But it does speak to something we talked about a while ago with this rumor that they are indeed playing the Game of Worlds. Is that what they're going to be calling it in the film? I don't know. But it does indeed point to that they're playing the Game of Worlds, and that the X-Men are doing things just like in Hickman's comics. They are having to either sacrifice their world, sacrifice everything they love, sacrifice the millions and trillions of people on their Earth, or make the tough decision and sacrifice, the other. So they obviously have been making that decision for quite some time, and they are also going to be, again, they've been doing it. They've been in countless of them and are at this point broken. That also speaks to the other rumor. I don't know if this one's true, This is the one, again, that we said at the very beginning, talking about this topic, that Alex said is not true, but others have said it is true. And that is that Tobey Maguire's universe is going to how Endgame opens with Hawkeye's family disappearing, and how that sets the tone for the film, and how Infinity War opened and we see Thanos with the Asgardians finishing them off, beating the fuck out of Hulk and all that kind of stuff, killing Loki, how that set the tone for the beginning of Infinity War. Supposedly, the beginning of Doomsday is supposed to open with Tobey Maguire's universe and the X-Men that we are going to be seeing in Doomsday's universe colliding with one another, to where they are going to be I guess maybe that's the part 2, where we're also seeing the Defenders getting sent down, and maybe Wolverine is one that it gets sent down with when they normally are attacking these other Earths and things like that. Wolverine gets sent down because the rumor is Toby and Wolverine fight, and ultimately Tobey Maguire's universe is going to be destroyed, but he does survive somehow. I'm not exactly remembering how that was, but that could speak to that as well. That could actually be happening. If this is true and they have been playing the Game of Worlds and surviving countless incursions, then yeah, maybe. Then it says, as always, we recommend taking rumors like this with a pinch of salt. It's always fun to think about what may be, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that is what they are saying about Magneto, and that fight with Magneto and Doom, they are saying could be better than Doctor Strange, which, yeah, that one, the one with Doctor Strange and Thanos is great. I hate that it's only 30 seconds or however long it is. However long, it's not long at all. I hate that it's not long, but it is really good. But they were saying that it was, going to be as big and as grand as that, and I would hope so. I think people, when normies a lot of time think with Magneto it really just stops at metal, but he is the master of magnetism, as we saw in 97 and we've seen before. I mean, he shut down the entire world. Magneto's a mega level mutant that is very powerful, so seeing him go against Doom, and they've said in other rumors from other scoopers, they've also said too that Magneto is going to be one of the MVPs of the film, that we're going to see a lot of Magneto. We're going to possibly even see Magneto switching sides to help Doom at some point in time. I don't know. Because Magneto is obviously going to be the character that's going to do whatever he can to save mutant kind. And Doom is offering him, hey, I've seen what's going to happen. This is how you save your people. This is how you save your kind. Then he's going to do what is necessary to save mutants. But it's being rumored that he's one of the MVPs of the film. So we'll see what's going to happen with Magneto and Doom and what side he's going to be on. And I'm very interested to see the X-Men and the universe that they are currently in. Also, when you look back at the post-credit scene from the Marvels, now they did call Nia in when they were doing stuff for Doomsday, maybe even for Secret Wars, if they were already doing stuff then and are going to be splitting it into two, to kind of get her idea on where she was going with some of the stuff in the Marvels film, so that they could help better map how they wanted to do things in Doomsday from that film for it all to make sense, and blah, 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 blah. But if you look at the post-credit scene where Monica is in the X-Men universe and she's there with Beast, she's there with Binary. If they've been playing the Game of Worlds for quite some time and they've been in countless incursions and they're broken and tired, and maybe that's why Beast even says, because they're very aware of what's going on. I don't know if they're aware of I would say, again, if they've been playing, they're aware of the incursion. So when he says to Binary, she's from a different universe, and as you know, that can't be possible. Charles wants to speak with her, blah, 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 blah. I have to go give him the update. When Binary says I'll watch her, she's in the defense, though. It's not like I'll watch her, like, okay, where are you from? Talk to me, calm down, blah, 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 blah. Now, at the very beginning, when she's like, mom, and she's like, mom, she's like, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, when Beast leaves the room, it's more of a defense. Doesn't she say, what the hell are you doing in my universe? Or does she said, or does she said, who are you, or what are you doing in my universe? But it's the pose she's in and everything like that. What exactly does she say? Hold on. Let's see. Let's credit. Sorry, the marbles.
Mom, I missed you so much. Miss me. I'm so sorry. She seems a little disoriented.
Yeah, that's copyright on that shit.
Where are we? What happened?
All we know is that binary found. My theory, you somehow crossed through a tear in space-time. You are now in a reality
Blah, 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 blah. That's different from your own, which is impossible.
parallel to your own, which is, of course, impossible.
So again, that part there, I think maybe they've already been playing this. They know about incursion, so maybe that's what he's talking about. He's like, of course, impossible. How would that have happened? Because of so how would that have happened? Blah 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 blah. He goes to say he's gonna go talk to Charles. Charles wants to know what's going on. He wants to be updated. But binary here is more to me on the defense. What did she say though? She said, "What the hell?"
Who are you? Oh, shit.
She just said, "Who are you?" I thought she said, "Who are you? What are you doing in my universe?"
Ask for an update.
Okay. So she just says, "Who are you?" So, but she still looks like she's on, like the way she's standing, her pose there. Not sure. But if they have been killing other universes to survive, making the tough decision, and they are withered, broken, and tired, maybe that's all a part of this here that we're seeing and everything like that. But we'll see. We'll see. That's the current rumor, though. That is the current rumor. Johnny said that's how they can explain why she wasn't in Doomsday. Maybe she went to the gods to ask them to explain why the incursion's happening. Maybe. Well, he's going. There's a 3-part. So he said, I think Storm's going to be in Doomsday post-credit scene to let us know if she's going to be in Secret Wars. Yeah, because oh no, I'm thinking Ruffalo. Ruffalo gave something else away, not really so much about Storm. I think they said Hemsworth kind of gave something away about her being in Secret Wars or something like that. But also said in the comic, Storm is basically a god now. She can transfer her consciousness to many different afterlives to speak to gods, to other planes. It happens in Fall of X run the comics recently. That's how they, well, I doubt that. I don't expect them to give that much shine to Storm like that. But maybe she is at a post-credit scene. Lawrence said she was acting with the blue screen. And Distizzle said, I'm still waiting for them to get live action Storm right. They ain't going to be in this one. But she'll look comic accurate, possibly, if she's wearing her comic accurate suit like everybody else is. But will she be acting like she does? Oh, I doubt it. This guy was quick to jump on the whole Black Panther the mantle thing to even double down on it. Oh, talking about Rob. Yeah. Lauren said she doesn't have a daughter in that universe, maybe. Yeah, I don't think she does either. Justice said they randomly killed Maria off via cancer, brought her back twice with Carol's powers. Yeah. True. But that's kind of what they've got that's going on. Let me see what's going on. What's just going on Twitter? What else? Let me see what else they're talking about. Anything new popping off? They're talking about Ahsoka. You seen some of this AI? Some of these AI, like I think I saved one actually. What is it called? It's like Sundance something. There is one of them at. Like this one here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hell no. He killed like a bajillion people.
Now, you can still tell that, you know, some of those guys are AI, but that Spider-Man looked really, really damn good. A lot of people are nervous about AI. I know a lot of people are nervous about, you know, it taking jobs, which I that aspect of it I don't like. I don't like the aspect of it where it can take people's jobs and you know, make a movie within minutes and, you know, destroy the film industry and things like that. I don't like that. That does suck. But on the other hand, another view I personally have of it is what I've said before. If these film industries are not willing to give, let's just go on topic with something that's, you know, we talk about a lot, this crowd, this you guys in the chat love, and that is T'Challa, and as well as me. If Marvel Studios isn't willing to give a story about T'Challa that we want to see about T'Challa, then what's stopping somebody from, because I don't know how to do this shit, but what's stopping somebody from going into Sea Dance 2.0 and giving a story about T'Challa that, I mean, look at some of these. And it's only gonna get better. They're only gonna perfect it more and more and more. So what's stopping somebody from going in and giving a full story of T'Challa the way that, you know, maybe everybody, you're obviously not gonna make everybody happy, but get it close to what everybody's wanting to see, a story with T'Challa that's actually T'Challa. And same thing with Star Wars. We've already seen it with Star Wars. There have been people being able to do little clips of things, and there's been actually some, I forget, Star Wars Theory's been reacting to him a lot. He's one I really don't fuck with a lot anymore either, because he follows Nerdrotic and streams with them. So I've not subscribed to him any longer. But I did see where he was reacting to some AI videos of Anakin, some AI of Luke, and I saw one of them. You see that AI video? Well, it's actually it's on another screen. It's not switch those screens, but it was a AI video done of Luke, and he was like searching for a kyber crystal or something like that, and it was really good. It was really good. And I was just thinking, like, you know, if you can do that from home, and that was a Luke story, that's what people are asking for. Just asking for Luke, asking for, you know, other Star Wars content that is what people want to see, that's not so blah blah blah. And that was really good. And they've gone on to do more. I even saw another one where they were doing Heir to the Empire, the story that in the books, Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire. It's in the books. It takes place after its extended universe. It takes place after Episode 6, and it is the books version of 7, 8, and 9. And it goes. Somebody's even doing those, and that shit was really good. It was really good. Very interested. I was like, damn, this is great. This, and it looked, now again, it's going to get even more and more perfected, but it looked good. I guess I will show that Luke one really quick so you can see what it looks like. Let me see. See if this is, if this is the one. Yep, that's it.
I'll be okay, R2.
Yeah.
And all there is to burn.
The Jedi served that peace for 1,000 generations.
And when their peace was threatened, What was their solution?
They became soldiers to protect the light. Standing aside while people are suffering.
The one I actually saw.
It's the greatest failure.
Yeah, I don't know. Is this the one I saw? Because I don't remember Bane being in it, and I don't remember it looking like this. This may not be the one I saw, because why the fuck is he talking to Bane? Where is it? Let's go to Star Wars Theory. Why did it not spell Theory? Or Star Wars? Man, I gotta get I gotta put batteries in this damn thing because it keeps. All right. Star Wars Theory. This is it. Let's look at part 2. This is pretty wild. Did he put a link to who is this? Let's see. Oh, he didn't link this person? Oh, yeah, he did right here. All right, check this out. No, that was Darth Bane. Nagasato is a different species.
Too far away from anywhere else to bring scavengers. You're all alone out there, I promise. I'll be back before dark.
No, that first one might have looked lifeless. You think this looks lifeless? This don't look lifeless to me. This looks better than anything that Disney Plus is giving, better than Andor.
You fellas out for a little joyride?
Kila no Tonga.
You'd be surprised. They grew up around here. I know these lands like the back of my hand.
Kel Kethiruns.
Oda OOM.
Orik Ulaidar. Ulaidar Aluvexa.
Hetakabum stesso. Utagechek Tulba.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is good. And he's done 3 of them so far. That's what I'm saying. So I'm I hate the aspect of it taking jobs. But on the other hand, again, if the studios aren't willing to do stuff like this, because they're not, Star Wars hasn't given us anything like this since Disney has owned Star Wars. They have not given us anything like this. So it's like, if they're not willing to, why not?
Karesh Dream Lars Rasomati Chao Kitha and Liksa Tochata Adanta Hakailu Otano Ankapau.
Imperials. What are they doing all the way out here?
Yep.
Donza Imperio. Ixamorun Keth. Shalti Brak.
And it's not perfect, as you can see. Look at the do back there. It's not like perfect, but this is, I mean, imagine where they're going to be a year from now. Imagine where they'll be by the end of this year. But I mean, just imagine 2 years from now, 5 years from now. It's only going to continue to get better. And if it does, and you can tell that you can get on your computer and within an hour, 30 minutes, a day or whatever. Again, I hate the fact that it takes jobs. I hate the fact that it's taking, talented actors. It's taking talented directors. It's taking, talented symphony directors for the scores and all those people that are involved with it. But once again, I am a customer that I am not happy with some of the things that I've been seeing from Marvel, some of the things I've been seeing, all the things I've been seeing from Lucasfilm. So if they're not willing to, and I can get stories like this that are involving Luke, I can get stories like this that are involving different species that aren't human, stories outside of the Clone Wars, extended universe material, then I back that. Then I back it. I back it. Because look how real that looked. That looked great. That looks great. That looks great.
Log entry. Search subject located. Code 9823 in effect. Obstructive party classified hostile. At my command.
Come on! Out of the way! You know, at this age, you guys are almost cute!
I was born with wings, but psoriasis swooped in to clip them. Now...
Let's try this way. Sorry. Sorry.
This is good. Yeah. So I don't know. I get it. I mean, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm some expert on AI. I've actually been having conversations with Tina about helping me use AI on some things to create some of my thumbnails and to help me create some of my just some things for the stream for the channel. So, and because she does use AI, she understands it way more than I do, and I'm not quite there yet on my understandings of everything. So I'm not going to pretend to be some expert on everything with it because I'm not. But I do know that this stuff here is pretty cool. So would you watch, like, if they were to do, obviously it's not, again, it's not clean, but it does look good. It's not like I agree with what Distillo said there. The speeder should have been going faster. The Banthas didn't look that great. They looked okay. The Dewbacks didn't look that great. They also looked okay. I thought the alien species looked pretty good, but could have also looked better. Luke looks good. Could look better. Everything could be better, but I think that looks really good so far. But would you personally, if they were to get this really right, or even in this form, watch, I don't know, an hour film or something like that made by these people or by someone like this that could get this stuff right? Would you watch it? Would you support it? Because this is still much like that I survived. This one's different. This was his first one they did, I think. This one's different from that last one. It's solid. It's okay. Like he says it's solid. It's okay. I don't like it as much as I like that last one. This one doesn't really feel like it's telling a story. It feels like it's more just, you know, images of things like that. But yeah, he did the first part to that one. I think this was the one. Yeah, this is where Luke is like looking for his Kyber crystal. Oh yeah, so let's get like let's go with it. Look how good that one.
listening now. Who are you? Let it choose you.
This one's great. The first one I saw. Bravo, 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 bravo. I think that shit's great. I thought they did a damn good job on all three of those. So if you are wanting to stay up to date with what they're doing, it's Star Wars Lost Legends. That's the name of their channel. The last one they put out was 2 weeks ago. That was the first one we watched. So they are doing, it's all a part of the story with Luke here that they're doing. So I'll be tuning into that third one for sure. Because that first one, I forgot how good that first one is. That first one, the one we just watched, that one's good. That one's good. So if you have time, you want to watch that whole thing, go watch it. It's pretty good. I like those a lot. So AI, yeah, it's bad, but just you know. So anyway, yeah. But anyway, that's the Gambit. That's the stream for today. I will be live tomorrow for Pantheon with Marcus Chill. For that stream, I may be live tomorrow morning. If I'm not live tomorrow morning, it's just because there's a lack of news, and whatever we talk about, I'll talk about with them, I'm sure, that night. So I will be live with them tomorrow night for the Pantheon stream. So if you are a fan of what I do here and you want to see that, if you're not already tuned into those, with Marcus and Chill and I, you should tune into those. Always, like I always say, tell someone, go bring someone with you, get some new subscribers in here. And I'm still working on that whole thing with everybody that I'm trying to get going, but more details on that soon. So yeah, appreciate everybody today. Appreciate I Am Too Fly Cam for the super chat. Appreciate everybody else for the engagement and hanging out and laughs and all that kind of stuff. We talked about some good things today. I'll be live again, like I said, tomorrow. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. I appreciate all of you guys. If you're new here and you like what you saw, hit that subscription button. Hit the like button on this video. It does help us out over here a lot. It boosts that to other people that may not have seen what we've seen. So, or may not have seen the channel before. Yeah, I've seen who I am. So please boost that. Get that out there. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see all of you guys. Yes, Shad, you missed it. But hit that rewind. Lawrence, you asked a question in the last stream that I didn't answer. You said, who was my favorite person to stream with? I don't like new people. I will not. Who's my favorite person to stream with? It is Chill. Chill is my favorite person to stream with. He angers me sometimes, but he's my favorite person to stream with. So like, subscribe, share with your friends. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.